What's up, everyone? Welcome to Miami. I'm Chris Mallon, the marketing director for the South, and driving us today is Pablo Kremoski, the GM for South Florida. Starting us off right away, you see to our left one of our big, beautiful wall murals, and today, as you know, we are talking out of home within Miami. OUTFRONT Media has the most diverse set of out-of-home formats of any out-of-home company in Miami. So within the city of Miami, there's so many neighborhoods that we're going to be going through today, and we're going to be looking at wall murals, digital wall mural, billboards, digital billboards, transit, such as our static transit shelters, digital transit shelters, metro movers, metro rail, station dominations, just so much coverage here. Buses, trolleys, we got it all. And here we are in Brickell, which is one of the most popular parts within Miami, known as Manhattan South. To our right there, you see one of our digital transit shelters. I promise you, it doesn't normally look like that when you see it in person. It's just the frame rate of our camera. We've expanded those to 50 digital faces throughout the city of Miami, covering more audiences, more neighborhoods than ever before. It is the #2 international banking hub in the U.S. There's one of our beautiful transit shelters and our trolleys with our Money Exchange on it. Very popular with luxury. And you can see one of our other wall murals with one of our metro movers going right in front of that wall mural. This is right in downtown Miami. So here we are driving through downtown Miami, and this area is very popular for tourists and locals alike. You've got one of our stations for our metro movers to our left, transit shelter to the right. You've got Bayside Park coming up ahead, another transit shelter with DKNY. Ultra Music Festival is here every year. It wasn't this year because of COVID, but it is every year, and it is a huge, huge EDM music festival. Sells out every year. 165,000 people packed into this area. Such a great party. And there's one of our metro movers that goes right through this area. So anytime that there's an event, and there's a lot of them in Miami, anytime that there's an event, metro movers, transit shelters, digital transit shelters, wall murals, great to target this area. Looks so beautiful, and I love Miami. It's one of my favorite cities in the U.S. And again, you can see there some of our great wall murals. And this route right here that we're looking at, that goes right towards South Beach. Bayside Marketplace to our right. And there you can see American Airlines Arena, home of our Miami Heat. To our left, you see that tan and white building. There it is again. So that tan and white building is Freedom Tower. Freedom Tower is essentially our Ellis Island for when the Cubans were migrating to South Florida. They processed through Freedom Tower right there. And then up ahead is the Apple Wall right there in front of, also in front of American Airlines Arena. There's American Airlines Arena. And right in front of American Airlines Arena, we've got one of our digital transit shelters. Again, those are on a network. So we've got 5 different networks within Miami. There's one of our USK buses running right in front of it as well. Besides the Miami Heat, lots of concerts that happen there as well. In addition to that area, you know, we've got the Bayside Marketplace where there's a lot of shops, restaurants, bars. A lot of tourists come through this area. Some great views from that area where you can see the walls that are right there. Such a great area in downtown Miami. So here we are driving back from South Beach, and you can see one of my favorite walls right there. We'll see more of that one later. Here it is, this incredible wall right by the Adrian R. Center. Adrian R. Center gets all of our major performances, all of our Broadway style performances. They're coming through the Adrian R. Center. So that area is great for Art Basel because we've got so many different audiences that are going to be around that wall for Art Basel. This wall right here is almost always permed out. It's one of our most incredible walls within the city of Miami. Currently Royal Caribbean's on that wall. And then traveling down this ramp now, we are heading down to 95. So because of our unique geography in Miami, we don't have a beltway because we got the ocean on one side and we got the Everglades to the west, which means we've got not a whole lot of space to have a beltway. And it also means we've got the 3rd most skyscrapers in the country behind New York City and Chicago. We build up in Miami because we don't have as much land. So I mentioned wall murals earlier. We've got over 50% of the wall murals in Miami. If you want to advertise in the most biggest, boldest format of out of home possible, you want to be on a wall mural. And we've got the most set of options reaching different neighborhoods within Miami of any of our competitors. So we are a one-stop shop. MSC Cruises there on that corner read. Great wall mural right there. This is the downtown distributor. It takes us right into the only digital wall in Miami. Great shot of it there. You can see. So during rush hour, this is packed because so many of the locals are driving into work in Brickell and then they're leaving for the day. So that is just a log jam right through there. This is the biggest wall in the city of Miami we're looking at currently right now. Here's another shot of it, and then that wall that's right in the front of it to the right, that's also our wall mural too. So two great locations there targeting this Brickell downtown area, and this gets a high luxury audience that comes through here because a lot of the people that are traveling in 95 are also continuing further into Coconut Grove and Coral Gables, which is a very luxury minded audience. That wall that we just passed with Pepsi on there, great unit also in 95. 95 gets the most traffic in Miami. Now we are on 195. This is an area that has grown a lot over the last 10 years because to our right, we've got Wynwood and we've got Midtown. You can see our Gucci wall there to the right, and then our billboard that's just beyond that Gucci wall. There's Midtown we're looking at right now. A lot of new high-rises. To our left, the Miami Design District. That's our Rodeo Drive, which would explain why Gucci is going to be on that wall. Because with all of the luxury shops that are in the Design District, Gucci is in a perfect location to reach that audience that would be going into the Design District. So who lives in this area right here with Wynwood, Midtown, Design District? Well, it's a lot of young professionals. It's also a lot of young families as well. But you're looking at an audience that is a upper middle to upper class type of audience. So now we're traveling on 395 towards the Design District, Midtown, and Wynwood. You can see another wall mural right there. You can see a great digital billboard, in my opinion, one of the best digital billboards in the city of Miami, right there, right in front of the Design District. You can see another one of our walls there to the left. That's also right in the Design District. One to the right, right in Midtown by that clock. You can see beautiful Biscayne Bay in the distance. So again, traveling 195 west towards 95, you can see one of our billboards right there. We headed north, we would go to Fort Lauderdale. We're taking south. So we are now actually on the 836, and you can see David Beckham's team, Miami FC, is on that wall, headed towards the airport. And then coming back from the airport, we've got one of our fantastic walls right here. This is a prime wall. We've got Chromebook that's on that wall. Great location. And this takes us right to 95, coming from a lot of the neighborhoods that are to the west, directly west of Miami, and takes us right into the heart of Miami, as well as 95 to go north and south. So as we continue from the 836, once we pass by 95, it turns into 395. So we've got a digital billboard that's right there. A lot of construction is going on in this area because Miami has so much development that's going on right now. It is incredible how much development Miami has. So if you had only enough budget to buy one wall in Miami, you want to buy it right here. Now we're driving into South Beach. So this is the only wall that's in South Beach right there. Pepsi's on right there. The only wall that's allowed within South Beach. So there's no billboards in South Beach. There are buses right there. You can see we got them. Trolleys as well. So if you want to cover this unique audience here in South Beach, which gets a lot of tourists and is world famous for events and parties, buses and trolleys are a fantastic way to go, especially because they are where you want to be in the main routes of South Beach and Miami Beach, and they have a high frequency. So the people that are going to be there, it's a smaller condensed area. The routes are smaller. They're going to be traveling all around through that area. There's one of our Miami Beach trolleys. Looks fantastic. It is free to ride. Great way to get around the city of Miami Beach. Now we're back in Midtown. So Midtown to our left, you see Ross. There's a Target that's back in there. A lot of great shops that are in there. This area is truly a live, work, play kind of environment. So much going on here, so much development that's happened within the last 10 years, and it's such a great location because you've got Wynwood to the southwest of Midtown, And just north of Midtown, you've got the Miami Design District, which also has some great restaurants in addition to their high-end shops. So you see those cranes there? We've got 43 cranes currently in the Miami skyline. That's because Miami is growing and developing so fast. The Miami Downtown Development Authority reports that 500 new people move into Miami every month. And currently, now that we're in COVID, we're seeing an influx within the state of Florida as well. New York Times is reporting that 1,000 people are moving to Florida every day, with Miami-Dade County being one of the most popular counties within the state of Florida that people are moving to. And here we are in Midtown. It's no wonder why there's so many people who want to move here. With the weather, it's incredible. No state income taxes, no city income taxes. You see one of our great buses there to the left. Pepsi on this wall here, looks fantastic. One thing a lot of people don't know about Miami, we are number 3 in the US for tech startups. Number 3. So we're more than tourism, and that's one thing a lot of people think of Miami. Oh, it's so seasonal. Well, yes, we do get a lot of tourists, but there's a lot of people who live down here 365 days a year, and it's not an older crowd. We're in Coconut Grove right now. This is where you'll see a lot of the University of Miami students that will come out to party. This is one of their popular areas. One of the older parts of Miami is where City Hall is. A lot of unique bars and restaurants, very eclectic audience that comes through here. Also a major luxury audience in Coconut Grove. You would find a lot of the Miami Heat players, Miami Dolphins players that are living right here in Coconut Grove. The houses are beautiful. It's such a modern space, and it's the most unusual neighborhood in the city of Miami. It's unlike any of the other neighborhoods within the city of Miami. Very cool space. So how do you reach Coconut Grove? Well, we've got transit shelters. We've got the Metro Rail is not far from here. We've got buses, trolleys that go through here. And plus, on the highway, you've got your buses. You've got your billboards, you've got your wall murals, and then when you hit the surface streets, we've also got some billboards that are there on the surface streets as well. Coconut Grove, beautiful, beautiful area. And now we're taking a detour over to Coral Gables. So Coral Gables is directly to the west of Coconut Grove. Technically, Coral Gables is its own city. A lot of people don't know that. They think that Coral Gables is part of Miami. Well, it's just outside of Miami. It's its own city. It's a very high-end luxury type audience in Coral Gables. Beautiful, beautiful location. They do a great job of keeping this area neatly manicured. So with that, Coral Gables is very restrictive and selective on the type of out-of-home that you would see here. So you're not going to see a whole lot here. You will see trolleys. You will not see transit shelters. But the trolleys are the best way to penetrate Coral Gables. So you're just not going to see a lot of the signage that you would in other parts of Miami. There's one of the trolleys there to the left. Beautiful area, lots of restaurants, lots of bars, great spot for happy hour. Also a lot of agencies down here, a lot of white collar workers that are down in this area. And then if we took a detour over into the neighborhoods, you would see a lot of tree-lined streets, beautiful, big mansions. If you ever watch Miami Vice, I watched a lot of Miami Vice when I was younger. Coral Gables featured a lot of the scenes in Miami Vice. So driving through South Florida, one thing that always gets me is, and I'm originally from the Northeast, I moved down here 5 years ago, all the beautiful palm trees and the incredible weather. It always provides such an incredible atmosphere being here. Every day you get up, you go to work, you go hang out with your friends, you're going to check out the newest event that's going on or some weekend event that's going on in the city, and it always has such a great atmosphere. And I think that's one thing that Miami really lends itself to a lot of brands is its atmosphere. Right now, we're on Biscayne Bay. We're on Key Biscayne, which is right in Biscayne Bay. So Key Biscayne is an island that's right off of Miami. And you'll see we've got transit shelters and we've got trolleys that are on Key Biscayne. Key Biscayne holds a lot of different events from concerts. You see some transit shelters to our left there. As well as there's some beautiful beaches that are here. There's golf courses that are here. Marinas, some restaurants, And it also has, in my opinion, one of the best views of the city of Miami. You don't normally see people shoot from this angle when they take photos of Miami, but this view is incredible, especially at nighttime. If you go to the Rusty Pelican, have dinner, sit out there on Key Biscayne, and you see the city lights in the background, it's amazing. And right now, we're moving into Edgewater. So Edgewater, we've got transit shelters, we've got buses, we've got trolleys, we've got digital transit shelters, and then you've got wall murals, billboards that are not far away at all, and as well as Metro movers. So who lives in Edgewater? Well, Edgewater is right up on Biscayne Bay, and it's just north of downtown Miami. Edgewater is very popular with millennials and young professionals because you can live in the heart of Miami without paying Brickell prices when you're renting a condo or an apartment. And you're right there in the thick of things. You got a lot of restaurants, a lot of bars. You can see downtown Miami right up ahead of us. Such a really cool area to be. And you're probably paying about $400 to $500 a month less in your rent. Right now, we are moving into Wynwood. So Wynwood is an area that used to be a really, really bad area of Miami, but over the last 10 years has dramatically changed and has become really the cultural arts hub of Miami. And we'll see more in a minute. You can see how all of these walls are painted, and they're painted in a unique way. Well, that kind of started about 10, 15 years ago. Some developers from New York City bought up a lot of the real estate here and hired an army of graffiti artists to come down here, descend on Wynwood, and paint the whole area. And a lot of these wall murals you see consistently change throughout the year, especially if you come down for Art Basel. So in this area, we've got buses, we've got trolleys, we've got digital transit shelters. It's the only digital transit shelter in Wynwood. We've got static transit shelters. It is a really unique area to be because you've got a lot of the art galleries, a lot of different nightlife events, the unique spots millennials want to be at, craft breweries that are here. I think we're coming up on J. Wakefield Brewery here in a minute. And some of the trendiest restaurants, nightlife, different events. Art Basel has a lot of events that they throw here, as well as many other events when they come to Miami. They usually have like some kind of satellite event or party that will be in Wynwood. So Wynwood, if you come down to Miami, even if you're not up for the nightlife, just come on down to Wynwood and walk around and take some of these incredible shots of these wall murals because they are amazing. So in conclusion, we hope that you enjoyed your ride with us through Miami today. It is such a beautiful, amazing city. And come down and visit Pablo and I anytime you want, and we'll take you for a ride around Miami.